What's up, you pumpkin heads? It's week 4, trying to grow a 3,000-pound pumpkin. Let's flip you around and take a look at this plant.
You're watching Moby Mike Pumpkins on YouTube.
All right, May 17th, plant's trying to lay down. Usually I like to let them do their own thing, but she's starting to try and kink right there. So we're going to mount that up with some compost to help her out so she doesn't kink. Otherwise, this is the 544 Schmidt. Looking pretty good. We'll get some soil under there and we'll show you what that looks like. All right, so we just put some compost there. You can see it's kind of supported. It's not super packed under there, so it can like squish down a little bit, but it is enough to be supported. And then what I did was I moved the grow light back, angled it that way, and I put a pail there, and I'm hoping the plant will kind of just naturally turn itself. I don't want to be really moving the vine too much yet because it needs to get like down on the ground before I can do it and feel for that, because like I said, we got a potential kink there. So anyway, we're going to try and put that pail there. That plant should turn a little bit to avoid the pail, go towards the light. You put a pail in front of a plant, it will grow around it. I mean, it might touch it, but hopefully it just starts pulling it that way naturally for us. And this plant has got some good secondaries coming, so I love seeing that they're already poking nice sometimes at this stage, like they're almost non-existent. So we got secondaries coming, and 544 Schmidt looks good. I even pulled a couple weeds. I didn't get too carried away though, you know. Gotta leave a few in there, you know. All right, we're at the Haze, but before we go in, you can see the cover crop. You got the rye, you got the vetch, you got the clover. It's all looking good. The rye, because I mowed it a bunch of times, is like heading out. And so it's like, so there's rye over there that's like up to my chest that never was mowed. That this has been mowed multiple times, so it's trying to head out shorter to, you know, reproduce. So that means when it's in that stage when I mow it, it should kill it here. So then we'll have all this vetch and clover for nitrogen, and whew, it's gonna be good. All right, here's the host. Unimpressive. So the last plant we looked at, I'd say for the time I started it and the time of the year, pretty normal. Even maybe a little behind. This plant, for the time of year I started it and whatnot, yeah, it's kind of far behind. And it's weird because like you can see it's pretty light green. Like it'll be just sagging in the sun on sunny days, and I'll water it and it'll perk up, but then it'll turn yellow because like it's got too much water, you know, like this light green. So this thing just needs to get its feet underneath it, and it just really hasn't yet. So the last plant we looked at, that thing's about ready to take off and just start really growing. This guy, not so much yet. Alrighty, the Hydro looks similar to the Haze. They came out at the same time. Doesn't look too terrible. I just know from past experience they've always taken a little bit to adapt. I have the aerator off right now just so we can talk. But you know, when I did change my formulation a little bit, I might have to go back to putting a little more nitrogen in there. We'll see. But this thing, when it's sunny out, I mean, it's just completely flag, looks dead. But as soon as the sun comes off it, it perks right up. So we'll see here. If it doesn't really take off here in the next week, I'm gonna boost the nitrogen level a little bit in the tank and see what happens. So alrighty, we got our compost in for the year. So what I'm gonna bury vines with instead of digging the soil out of the patch, because generally I just don't till, and even when I till, it gets compacted. What we did was, you see, I grabbed like spots all around, and I started 6 pumpkin seeds. I'm just going to start them in pure compost. I just want to see if they grow kind of funky, just kind of a herbicide test. I'm growing some other seeds right beside it, so we'll be able to see that going on. I'm thinking about possibly sending this in for like a disease report. Just curious, if it's composted correctly, it shouldn't have much in there, but we all know how some of these places work. They just throw it out there, turn it this and that, sell it, and get it out of their life. I'm not saying this guy's bad or anything, but might just be curious to test it. Also, you know, I see like fresh stalks in there, which means there was like plants growing out of them last year. So generally too, shouldn't be weed seeds if composted correctly, but if weeds grow external there and they get mixed in, gonna have some weed seeds. So I was thinking about sending it in for a disease test, then tarping it with plastic and just letting it get super hot so the seeds could germinate. And then if my disease test comes back bad after it like heated for a while, maybe I'd send another one in. I don't know, all speculation, but I still might cover it and try and kill some of the weed seeds and get it hot. everyone's like, well, then you might be killing all the good microbiology in the compost. I'm like, that's not really what I'm using it for. I'm just using it as a burying medium, a little bit of nutrition. It's really just burying medium.